Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I've got all the fragrances that I wore for the week, but I also have some amazing layering combinations. And in looking at them, you could literally mix and match these four. So I think it's such a neat idea because you basically create a capsule wardrobe for your fragrances. Yes, I'm so excited. So before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So I want to start with a really special one to me. Now, this was my fragrance for years and years. It was my signature fragrance, and my husband, he was looking in Shoppers. He was actually picking up a prescription for me, and he's been looking at the end cap at Shoppers Drug Mart. They'll have $19.99 fragrances for the longest time, waiting for Amore because he wanted to get it for me just as a kind of a special surprise. I'd been wanting to smell it because I hadn't worn it in years. So I was kind of curious as to whether I would still like it. So he bought this for me. So that was really kind of special. The fragrance, it smells pretty much exactly like I imagined it. And it's kind of weird because I always loved wearing this. I got compliments with it all the time. I forgot how citrusy it is. And being I've gotten more familiar with notes and stuff, it definitely feels like citrus. But whenever I would spray this on me in the opening, it smelled like citronella or like, like the mosquito spray. That's what it always reminded me of in the opening. And so I had kind of a weird love-hate with it because that's how I smelt it. But I loved smelling it. Like my friend Colleen, she always wore the fragrance. Loved smelling it on her. I'd always get compliments. I'm not sure how much I would wear it now, but I'm so happy to have it. I did put it on my wrist, and it was exactly as I remember it. So I'm going to give it a really good wear, but I was really excited about this and had to share it with you. These next two, I'm going to just talk about them really quickly because I've mentioned them in the past quite a lot, but I'm really enjoying Benjoin En Fleur by CLAUDIO ZUCCA. This has lots of different notes in it, but to me, it just smells like bubblegum, but it's really classy. There's a cleanness to it. It smells classy. It projects beautifully. It's very feminine. It's fun. And even though it smells like bubblegum to me, it doesn't smell cheap or weird, like or even synthetic. It just smells very clean and happy and energizing. So I really, really enjoy this fragrance. So glad I have it. It's a long lasting, projects amazingly. And yeah, I feel very feminine, yet somehow a little bit classy, even though I'm smelling like fun bubblegum. Next one is Mula Mula by Byron Parfums. This is a beautiful, sweet, fruity caramel fragrance. As far as fruits are concerned, this has peach, strawberry, and raspberry. I'd say I get more strawberry than anything, but it is just kind of like this delicious, juicy, mouth-watering, sweet fruit paired with caramel. There's also ginger and pink pepper. There's patchouli, there's vanilla. There's a bit of oud in here as well. It's very sweet. It's energizing. It's just plain delicious, honestly. A little bit syrupy. I love the fruit and the caramel together. Like it's mouth watering. I don't find this one overly projecting, or I haven't had anyone comment. So I'm going to kind of go in ham one of these days and see if anyone notices. So I'm not finding the projection is fantastic, but it just smells so gorgeous and it lasts a decent amount of time as well. It reminds me, it's kind of in the same family as so from a designer perspective, I would put it in the same family as something like a La Nuit Trésor. So you're getting that fruit, but there's a little bit of depth in here because of that oud. The oud doesn't come across heavy or woody. It's just there supporting it. So it adds a bit of depth. Same thing with the patchouli, but I'm not noticing the patchouli or the oud. It just kind of adds some depth and creates some dimension in the fragrance. Same thing with La Nuit Trésor. I don't associate it with a deep smoky. I associate it more with the fruity, praline or caramelly type notes. I think there's actually praline in La Nuit Trésor, but they're kind of in the same family. They don't smell the same, but they give me the same vibe. So that delicious kind of intoxicating sweet fruitiness that guys really go for in a girl. Awesome. Okay, so the next 4 fragrances are ones that I think that you can totally mix and match and make your own fragrance out of them. I am so pumped about this because they're all awesome. I'll talk about the first combination that I did. It was Milk Expressive by Commodity and Cherry Delight by Be Layered. Now, this is an inspired version of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Any sort of a Lost Cherry dupe or fragrance that has that kind of liquored cherry feel. So you could use Lovefest Burning Cherry. You could use the actual Tom Ford. You could use any dupe that you might have. You could use Venom of Love. You could use Keltat what? You know what one I'm talking about. It's the Keltat. Maybe that's all it's called. But anyway, it's a cherry fragrance. Anyway, mixing that with the milk smells so good. The milk just adds a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of softness, a little bit of muskiness. It just kind of cozies up the cherry. So the cherry is uber sexy. And this is like enveloping it in some warm kind of marshmallow goodness. A little bit lactonic. So I really enjoy this combination. And the longevity on this is just literally killer. Next combo that was absolutely to die for. I recently talked about Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli, putting this with Spicy Delice by JUS Parfums, and that is fantastic. So that gives you that ginger kick with the vanilla dessert-like feel. This is really spicy. I paired it though recently with Rose Oud. Oh my goodness, this is so incredibly stellar. Like, first of all, gold all the way, baby. Like, gold all the way. This combination is gold. It's fantastic. So this is your Rose Praline Oud. So good. Amp up the vanilla dessert-like feel in this one. It's so delicious. So you could do this with anything. If you had Lancome Oud Bouquet or Velvet Oud and Rose by Jo Malone, any sort of a Rose Oud combo, you could mix it with this one. The other thing is really any vanilla would work, but this is just my favorite. It is so stunning. The spiciness in this one, the depth, the sexiness, the power in Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. I just love it. And some people don't like the patchouli. The patchouli is pretty heavy in here. To me, it comes across spicy and sugared. Like, sugared patchouli is perfect. But I love this combination. Now, technically, you could do any combination of all of these. You could, for that matter, you could put all 4 of these on and you would smell literally killer. And these are all beast performance as well. This would soften this. So to mix the two together, you're going to get kind of a milky, musky, just softness that is added to this marshmallow tone. Perfect together. You can mix the cherry with it. The cherry would go perfect with this. The cherry in this would make this a little bit boozy. Oh my goodness, this would be an amazing combination. I'm basically hyping myself into a frenzy. Are you getting this? Like, do you get how amazing any of these mix together? Like, you could mix them and match them any which way you wanted to, and it would smell phenomenal. So again, thinking about our collections, thinking about how to switch things up, I think it's really important we start thinking fragrance wardrobe. How can we mix and match to make something that's really funky and cool, that feels special, that feels a little bit different, so we're not always going out and purchasing new fragrances. So really, any sweet rose woody fragrance, any cherry, any kind of milky lactonic, any vanilla, you can mix them up together to get something spectacular. So I just wanted to suggest that to you. The other thing that you could do is mix 3 of them together. So all 3 of these would go together. All 3 of these, like the possibilities are endless. I need to calm down because I've literally hyped myself into a frenzy. But do you get my frenzy? Does it make sense? Like, I don't know. I'm in love with these four. Like if you had these four for the winter, you would be set. Like you would be absolutely set for the winter if you had a cherry, a rose, kind of a lactonic, marshmallowy, creamy one, and a vanilla. With that, you can make something gourmand, you can make something sophisticated, sexy. You can wear them all on your own. Like seriously, killer quadruple combo. This is the killer quadruple combo. Anyway, I am way too hyped up, so I am going to say goodbye. What do you guys think of this? Like, do you think it's a good idea? Tell me what your combinations would be from 2 to 4 fragrances. What are some combos that you can work together to kind of mix and match? Give me your suggestions. I would love to know. But as far as I'm concerned, these 4 are literally all you need for winter. Like you would be so like it's awesome. All standalone fantastic fragrances and all fantastic together. No matter what combo you do, you cannot mess this up. So love these. Okay, I'm gonna have to go calm down because seriously, I'm so pumped about all 4 of them. Like it's rare that I get this hyped up about 4 fragrances, but seriously, you can't go wrong. The only thing that I would probably add to it these days is Spicy Delice because I'm really loving that ginger kick. I gotta tell you guys one other thing before I go. I tried the Dua ginger biscuit dupe from Jo Malone. It's amazing. Val came over and I got to smell it. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so in love with it. I went on the site immediately because it's so fantastic. I have to have it. And it's only like $33 US, I think. So fantastic price. It's sold out. But like some of you have been telling me how good it is. It's fantastic. So definitely worth the Dua. Like I love the Jo Malone. The bottle on Jo Malone's is so beautiful. I love the specialness of the Jo Malone. Love the smell of Jo Malone, but the Dua one is absolutely comparable in my opinion, and it's also long lasting. I didn't find it uber long lasting, but it could have been that it was a new bottle too and needs time to kind of mature. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that as well. Yeah, I am obviously stoked beyond belief with my layering situations and the only 4 that you are going to need for the winter. The cool thing is that 2 of them are a little bit more pricey, but 2 are really, really affordable. So yeah, I figure I did really good. Anyway, tell me what your combos are. I would love to know. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.